Stadium is mid-sized in terms of capacity. Its capacity for decibel level virtually unmatched. Like when Kenny Wheaton took back the pick. Legends like Mariota and LaMichael ran wild. Welcome to Eugene and Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Ducks will put total leather to crank us up. Coming out with it, it's Trotter. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So Oregon State will have some work to do after that short return. They've met in the so-called Toilet Bowl, and they've played to go to the Rose Bowl. It's run the gamut, but this one is always intense.
Yeah, Reese, I called that game back in 2009 where the winner was going to go to the Rose Bowl, and I had a chance to really feel the electricity and the excitement at Autzen Stadium that day. This really is a tremendous run.
And even when a Rose Bowl isn't on the line, Oregon State just feels good. The in-state rivalry, the hate, it's always a good matchup.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Trotter. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. The Beavers want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Quickly complete. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about, but if you've ever been around this game and you know about the tradition and the history and the emotions surrounding this game, this is easily one of the best rivalries in college football.
Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Looking to throw it again. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. The inside handoff. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these 3rd downs present themselves.
The Ducks offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys
couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Beavers in the hurry up. Wants to throw on third down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Oh, it's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then following up for a massive fumble recovery.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Nicholson. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Grab behind the line. It's Etienne. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. And on 2nd down for this offense, they'll give it to the back. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field.
It really shows you his skills on that last run. And I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now today, because of all the great running backs they've had here recently, if you get into the 2nd level, you're expected to go to the house. This guy has that kind of skill.
On 1st down from the 13-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got out of trouble and throws. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Unfortunate.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
With jet sweep pass. Touchdown Ducks! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll start the return inside his 5. You want to talk about ending the 1st quarter on a bang. A huge chunk play before they finally get him out of bounds to end the 1st quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Zings it complete to the right. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. And the Beavers come to the line in the hurry-up. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll throw it. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
You know, quarterbacks cannot stare down receivers, especially when thrown over the middle of the field. You've got to look these safeties off. That was going to be a small window to throw into anyway, but staring at that wide receiver made the safety's job so much easier.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Gonna take a shot. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers. Every possession Oregon had, it seemed like they were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
Reads it, fires complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack, and I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Dances away. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the right. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Quick pass on the fly motion. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. They're not into threes. They want sixes, and to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and it'll be enough for the first down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. You could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
I love the effort by the defense. The last play, gain of no yards. This play, they get a sack. They're playing excellent defense right now up against their own goal line.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. He got it. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor.
He tries to take the top off. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. On first down, here comes this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab. It's Etienne. At the 35, he's got room. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Unloads to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
I tell you, if you're going to throw it to the perimeter of the field against zone coverage, you've got to have really good anticipation. The quarterback, and you saw it there. He threw that before his guy had even turned around. Accurate throw, they're able to make the play and get the first down.
So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner is stopped. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, from Corvallis to Eugene, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases in this always contentious battle between the Ducks and Beavers. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays out.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down and run. At the 35, he's open. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
The Ducks want to move quickly. He's going to pass on second down. Makes a connection. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Line gets set, first down. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. On second down, he'll let it fly. He looks that one in nicely. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Quick strike complete. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They keep attacking through the air. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolling. The uniform always looks good, but Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
On second down, looking to throw. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Takes it from the gun on third down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, this defense has been dominating their opponent all game long, and I think you're really seeing the fruits of their labor on the recruiting trail. They have got some dudes up front, out of high school, in the portal, and those guys are just wreaking havoc on this offensive line.
He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here from the tight end. Off play action on first down. Got his man on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Really nice job by the offense. Hey, man, trust your guys, right? We got all these analytics on fourth down, set it, go for it. They trust their quarterback. He gets it done with the completion, gets the big first down.
And the Ducks moving quickly to the line.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Takes a hit as he fires. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll throw it on first down. It's complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna stop the run,
Touchdown, Ducks! And the stomping has commenced. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 47 yards. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Set to kick this one away.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
The offense will take over.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Offense in a bunch formation. He wants to throw here on second down. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
It's caught downfield. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
He makes the catch. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And they will score. Touchdown, Oregon State.
Number 85 with the grab and the score.
On to attempt the try.
Victor Power for the extra point.
Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And he is stuffed. And I think the reason he's stuffed there is, think about it. The only time you really give the ball to the fullback is short yardage situations. The defense knew it was coming, played it fast, played it physical, and stopped him for a big once.
Hit as he throws. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Chucked it away just as he was hit.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road in the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Well, these guys have gotten off to a great